though, if he wasn't given a script to go by, he wouldn't have a skit doing on them people.
And somebody also said something that made all the sense in the world too. Drewski made fun of the Hebrew Israelites. He made fun of the Christians. Now let's see you go over here and talk about some tunnel rats.
They don't do that. That's
Let's see.
money.
Let's see you talk about those tunnel rats, the one that's actually paying you to make fun of everybody else. That's paying, put money in your pocket. That's putting money in all these celebrities' pockets. Speak against them. You remember what happened to your Kyries and your Nick Cannons, you know, and all the other little jokesters that was out there making fun of the men of the Lord out on the highways and hedges and making these videos, man.
That ain't gonna happen. He ain't gonna bite the hand that feed him.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
He ain't stupid.
You can open up whenever you're ready, bro.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Before we begin, we want to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Double honor to the apostles, the bishops, the elders who teach us daily, to the brothers out there teaching the likewise doctrine, and the few sisters that's out there watching. We want to say shalom.
Shalom.
We were just hinting on, I'm sure all of y'all have seen the skit with Drewski on how he did the Christian mega churches. And to me, it's a very accurate depiction of it, because for every little skit he did, they showed the truth. They showed the source where he got this material from. So y'all can't say nothing. You can't deny it, because everything that he brought, that he made fun of, it was an actual church doing what he was making fun of. So what you got to say now, Christians? I hope, if anything, I hope you see. I hope this man showed you what you are truly involved in, a bunch of folly and a bunch of mischief. And the fact that these churches are raping you for your money and taking from your spirit, that's not a good thing to do, and that's not a good place to be. The Lord is not in these churches, and the Lord is definitely not with these money-hungry niggas. These are not men of the Lord. These are niggas still in love with money. So you got a choice to make. Now, I seen this little skit where, what's my man named? Ricky Smiley. He was talking about how the church doesn't reach people like it used to. Well, it's a very good explanation for that, because the churches are being exposed for what they really are.
Yep.
And the people with common sense are coming out of that madness.
Yep. That thought process of, I'm not going to question anything. A lot of people are getting over that, because Christians would teach you that if you question God, you're going to burn in hell. They would use that and distill fear into a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And that right there, that ain't the spirit people moving in anymore, man. You know, this is Luke chapter 12, verse 2 and 3. For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. See, all the stuff that these churches had when they had this umbrella over you people's eyes that you couldn't see things, a lot of people are waking up and they call it out. Like with Drewski, you know, TDJ's getting exposed. Creflo Dollar exposing himself. You know, all these different mega churches, all these small churches, they all are being exposed. I seen this this smooth-faced, bald-head pastor snapping off about Drewski, like, don't let Drewski skit throw y'all off. He was mad because he was stopping their money, man.
Anybody who got offended at that skit, they are mad because the truth is being exposed. Mm-hmm. And they wanted to keep it a secret. So right there lies a bunch of lies.
Mm-hmm. All of this stuff is being pulled up out. It started to be yelled out from the rooftops, man, pursuing the Luke chapter 12, verse 3. Therefore, whatsoever ye have spoken in darkness shall be heard in the light, and that which ye have spoken in the ears and closets shall be proclaimed upon the rooftops. And all these lies that these churches have held from you people, It's starting to come out now. You know, that 501c3 charter, that ain't helping no more. Because you got whistleblowers out here that's screaming out against these churches. And like the brother said, the Lord does not dwell in temples made by man's hands, according to the scriptures. So why would y'all want to continue to run in these whorehouses anyway? And they just robbing you and taking your bank.
Mm-hmm. I got the book of Jeremiah, chapter 5, verse 7. And it reads, how shall I pardon thee for this? Thou children have forsaken me, and sworn by them that there are no gods. When I had fed them to the full, they then committed adultery, and assembled themselves by troops in the harlots' houses. Those are the churches. The Bible condemns churches. You know why? Because the Lord does not dwell in buildings made by hands. We are the church. We are the temple. We are where the Lord lives. Not in no building that's ran by 2/3 Jakes taking y'all money, making y'all worship a false idol.
Mm-hmm.
That's not church. We are the church, his people.
And all of that right there, that's going to be all these false shepherds' demise in the end, you know, because they're supposed to really be out here feeding the sheep, but they feeding the sheep lies while they're feeding themselves, man. This is Ezekiel 34:2. Son of man, prophesy against the shepherds of Israel. Prophesy and say unto them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai unto the shepherds, woe, meaning destruction, be to the shepherds of Israel that feed themselves. Mm-hmm. Should not the shepherds feed the flocks? Y'all supposed to be feeding the flocks with this truth, man. But you came made a truce with the government to get a 501c3 charter, so you don't speak the truth, but you speak hearsays, things that were told you to speak upon. What they teach to you in these in Esau's little schools, man. You know, these theology schools teaching you all this madness. And then you take what your oppressor gave you and you go feed it to the lost tribes, the lost sheep out here, and you take their money and they get no edification. You're just as bad as the oppressor, man. You will be what they call an Uncle Tom ass nigga, man. Mm-hmm. You know, and the Lord is going to come see about you cats. The Lord is going to come see about all you pastors that's out here leading the sheep astray, man. You know, and we get into the point to where Jacob's trouble is coming around the corner. And a lot of you pastors, that's going to be a time of your judgment as well. You know, and it's not going to be a pretty thing for you.
You're right. I got this right here. This is Isaiah chapter 29, verse 10. For the Lord have poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep, and have closed your eyes. The prophets and your rulers and the seers have he covered. Verse 11. And the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed, which men deliver to one that is learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. He saith, I cannot, for it is sealed. And the book is delivered to him that is not learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he saith, I am not learned. Now check this out. This is verse 13. Wherefore the Lord said, for so much as this people draw near me with their mouth, and with their lips do honor me, but have removed their heart far from me, and their fear towards me is taught by the precept of men. Mm-hmm. All these lies got y'all in some kind of trance.
The precepts of men. The precepts of men is like that rapture doctrine.
Exactly.
Everybody can be saved.
Yep.
God loves everyone. God is love.
You going to hell.
Exactly. All these different types of doctrines, bro. That is not the truth. The scripture said they don't speak according to this doctrine. The truth is not in them. Ooh. And the scriptures don't say God loves everybody.
Nope.
But it does say God so loved the world. It's talking about cosmos, which is talking about the Israelites starting with the elect. You know, you 2/3, you got to be dealt with first, and then you'll come back in the kingdom. You know, but hey, that's the hearsays that these churches be putting out here. You know, and it's just finna it's getting to a point to where a lying tongue is just finna be for a moment, man. But the truth is gonna go forever and ever and ever. We just gotta get through this last piece of it because things are turning up. The Lord Yahweh Yahushua is turning the fire up on this place, man. And you can see it in the people. Some of y'all just too naive and don't want to pay attention to the news. But like I said before, you can ignore it all you want, but it's finna come to you. Understand that ICE is walking through neighborhoods, man, going door to door. You know, so what you gonna do?
Oh, show them that sign, bro.
Yeah.
This how real it's getting here in Louisville. Yeah, it's getting real out here, y'all.
And I'm gonna be off work that day, so I'm gonna be watching. I'm definitely gonna be watching. Just yesterday, coming home from work, they were down there protesting. I think it was a group of Iranians down there. They had that Iranian flag, and they're like red, yellow, and green and black.
I think that's a German flag you talking about.
Yeah, it had 4 different colors on it: black, yellow, red.
Let me see. Hold on. Let's see.
And they were down there protesting on 4th Street. They were out there going in, man.
Yeah, that's the German flag: yellow, red, and black.
Okay, that right there. See, they was down here protesting as well. You got all these other nations that came to America protesting on this land now because these nations are fed up. These nations are fed up, and the civilians that are in this land are fed up, man.
Yeah. And then it's another thing y'all need to take into consideration. There's a lot of small hats intermingle with these ICE animals.
Yep.
And that's why the violence is ramping up, because the tiny tops, they hate you because they want to be you. And they hate the fact that their secret is out. So these people already feel some kind of way about you. So what I want to touch on is how you move out here in these streets. Because we done seen this man just come out the blue. He claimed he represents the Black Panthers up in Philadelphia. Now, I want to warn you Israelites, do not let this man bait you up to make yourself a target for ICE. The Black Panther Party did not work the first time. It's not going to work this time. You cannot go against Esau with his blessing. He's talking about a semi-automatic shotgun. I looked this thing up. You got 5+1 in there. After them 6 rounds is done, what you gonna do then? Do not let this man, because see, this man is coming. He's coming in the spirit of Grandmaster Jay. Mm-hmm. And we all know what happened to him. Esau hid his ass in the prison. Not for shooting somebody, but aiming a rifle at a federal agent here in Louisville. So yeah, it seems like a good thing to do. It seems, yeah, I understand them, because it's not that they out there making themselves a target, which they are, but they also are out there, they out there doing what the Black Panthers originally was doing, protecting the people of the neighborhood, feeding the kids, you know, all kind of feeding programs and all that stuff, which is good. But you going out there with a goddamn rifle, talking about what you gonna do to ICE, this is what Esau wants to come at you, a reason. And you giving him just that, a reason to fuck with you. Yeah. The Lord said, do not do this. He will repay. Because if you go against Esau with his blessing, you're going to lose. Look at the Sakari, the dagger men, carnal. You can't be carnal in a spiritual war. You're going to lose. Mm-hmm. Now, I will give it to the Panthers. They out there feeding the people. But guess what? The Israelites out there feeding the people too. Yeah. But we feeding you spiritual food. We feeding you something that's going to benefit you. Something that's going to get you out of this mess. He is not feeding you what you need to know to survive what's about to happen. If anything, he's leading you to the slaughter, because this is what Esau's been waiting on, a reason to come at the Israelites.
Mm-hmm.
Do not fall for this. Because this man just came up out of nowhere.
Facts.
And now he's viral. Come on, man. That's suspect as hell. Go ahead, bro.
Like the brother said, it's okay that they out there feeding people and everything, but we feeding the people spiritually, because man, you can't live by bread alone.
Nope.
You know, this is Matthew 4:4. But he answered and said, "It is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai," man. You see, so we needing food, which is good, but you can't live on that by itself, bro, because the times that we coming in, the scriptures is what's going to be the stability of the time, and that's what's going to keep you fed, man, because you're going to know what's going on. Like I said before, a lot of people, they not going to understand what's going on. They know that we in the end times, because that's all a lot of these people say. I know we in the end, but y'all don't understand really what the end is and what's to come and what's the signs, man. Y'all just saying, I know we in the end, and still not trying to prepare for it. So you want to die. It's in your mind that you want to die, but hell, it's also that you in your lot as a 2/3. You know this stuff is coming, and you're not gonna try to get right with the Lord, man.
That's the only way out of this. Not no semi-automatic shotgun. Because guess what? The Black Panthers don't have chariots to get you out of this. You cannot fight a spiritual war carnally if you're an Israelite and you expect, no, you're not leaving this planet. You're going to stay here and die with the rest of the carnal 2/3.
Shalom, Kip.
Shalom,
he said they listened to him but wouldn't listen to the man of the Lord. Straight madness.
Exactly. He's right. You're absolutely right. Because our people have been conditioned. They've been conditioned to basically not take the church seriously. And who can blame them? Look at all the madness that takes place in the church. All this foolishness, all this folly. So that's why they don't take the church seriously. So if they don't take the church seriously, they're not going to take the Father seriously or his Son.
Yeah.
But what our people do understand is life and death. They understand that. So they're going to jump on the thing that they think going to keep them alive. That's by arming yourself. Now, you can arm yourself. You can arm yourself. I'm not saying don't do that. But don't make yourself a moving target by talking shit to ICE.
Exactly.
You know how they're going to spin that and make you the problem. Ain't nothing wrong with having firearms, but you gotta still exercise wisdom even with firearms.
Most definitely.
And that was not wise what he did by making himself a target. Now they gonna have a reason to come down on any black person, so-called black person they see with a firearm.
And our people talking about they seeing all of these things happen. I've been seeing a lot of videos on social media where our people was basically saying, well, we gonna sit this one out. You know, y'all gonna do y'all thing. But now they starting to come up into your neighborhoods. They coming into you Israelites neighborhoods now. That what y'all said before don't matter now. You know, that y'all want to sit out. Because these people is finna get y'all riled up to the point to where y'all gonna want to shed blood, and that's gonna give them the ability to come down on you with great wrath, man. You know, this is Genesis 49:9. Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, thou art gone up. He stooped down, he crouched as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up? ICE and the government and the way they creating all these epidemics and things that's going on, that's gonna rouse our people up. And they're gonna start losing their mind, and that's when our people gonna start pulling them guns and trying to go against ICE, trying to fight him with his own freaking weaponry. Esau, might I say. You trying to fight Esau with his own weaponry. Like I told someone earlier, you cannot fight Esau with his own weaponry. He ain't even got to come to your house. He can send a drone up, hit your shit with a missile or something, man.
Mm-hmm.
Why you talking about you gonna shoot back and all of that? Y'all too busy trying to save yourselves. And that's what's gonna get you put in the dirt, man. This is Matthew 16:25. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it. And whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it. See, y'all too busy trying to save y'all lives out here. And that's not going to happen because now you're going against the will of the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
You're going against the will of the Lord. He's telling you to depend on me. You know, put your trust and faith in me. But you like, nah, I'm going to pull out this Desert Eagle and I'm going to go out here and go ham on Esau. And next thing you know, Esau got some weaponry, some armor, something that your little shit can't even penetrate.
Exactly.
Now you were sitting up. Now you
Exactly.
finna get put to death.
That's not your blessing, Jay. You have the biggest blessing of all. You don't even know it. You just refuse to take advantage of it. Yeah, Esau got guns, bombs, drones, and all this shit. You have a God.
Yup.
You have a big brother that's going to come with chariots. A gun ain't got shit on that. I got, this is 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 6. Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of Yahweh, that he may exalt you in due time, casting all your care upon him, for he cared for you. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour.
Mm-hmm.
That's ICE right there, trying to start shit with you.
Yup.
And you gonna be a fool and give him what he wants? No, you stay out of these animals' way. Because guess what? ICE is not who you should fear coming to your door. What you should fear is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai sending ICE to your door.
Mm-hmm.
Why you think we rehearse the righteous acts such as the Passover? We want to be passed over.
Yeah, from these judgments.
This is why. And y'all, but see, y'all was making fun of the high holy days. Now you see why the high holy days were so important and why we always practice the high holy days,
Mm-hmm.
especially Passover.
Yeah, y'all forget that the first Passover when them plagues came upon Egypt, the Israelites they had to put blood on their doorposts.
Exactly.
So when them plagues came, it will pass over them. And these plagues are getting ready to come again to this Babylon.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, you're going to need the blood of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai to cover you so these plagues could pass over your ass too, man.
You and your household,
Exactly.
Everybody in your house. That's why we rehearse the righteous acts. That's why we celebrated Passover and not Christmas and Easter. An Easter bunny can't save you from the tribulations coming.
Fool.
A Santa Claus can't save you from the tribulations coming. Only the true and living power can. That's why we practice Passover. Y'all can carry on with that goofy shit y'all want to. Praying to gods, to idols who cannot save.
Mm-hmm.
You think the white boy finna save you from other white boys? How does that work?
Because I'm telling you right now, the mass murdering that's getting ready to take place in this land, the Lord finna put a lot of people to death, man.
Yeah.
A whole lot of people.
There's prophecy.
And you're not finna get away with it. That's why the scriptures, Deuteronomy chapter 32 and 39, see now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. It's a lot of you people finna get put to death. A lot of you people finna get wounded. A lot of people finna be dying of famine. A lot of people finna get locked up. All type of different things, man. A lot of you people finna take that rice.
Mm-hmm.
All the will of the Lord. Like I was telling my brother, my worldly brother anyway, I was telling him yesterday that basically the post was basically going into Everybody crying about what ICE is doing, but won't even consider that it's the will of the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's gonna say, well, I'm getting tired of seeing my people get done like this, and ICE doing this and they doing that and doing this to everybody. I said, bro, what can you do if it's the will of the Lord? And I told him, y'all, you Christians, y'all don't understand the Lord's judgment, man.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all think people just walking around here innocent, ain't bothering nobody, and that random things just happen, man. Those are the judgments of the Lord.
See, and that's another, and you know, I gotta agree with him to a certain point. We tired of seeing our people suffer too.
Yep.
That is the reason why we do the work. We ready for the kingdom. The sooner as the 144,000 are sealed,
The better.
that's when this kingdom really takes a turn for the worse. And it's going to come up to its end.
Mm-hmm.
But if we ain't out there teaching, how is the 144,000 going to get sealed?
Exactly.
We want to be able to enjoy our families forever and not having to say goodbye to them at funerals.
Facts.
That's why we do the work. Yeah, I feel you, bro. We tired of seeing our people go through it too. That's why we doing the work. So all this madness in this kingdom can come to an end.
Mm-hmm. And he scoffed at the end of it. You know, that's why I would just be like, all right. But what he said was, man, you really cracked me up or made me laugh. I said, that's fine. I said, it's all fun and games until it ain't.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, and I'm not throwing no shade at my brother, he's a court jester. He's a comedian. Like literally, that's what his occupation is. He's a court jester. So them people like that, you can't tell them nothing anyway because they feel like they know it all. You know, anybody that stands with a mic in front of in their hand in front of multitudes of people, they feel like they know everything and that you can't tell them nothing.
So he's a professional fool.
Basically, yeah.
Okay, well that explains a lot. You can't give spiritual things to a fool.
Nope.
They ain't gonna receive it. That's like casting pearls of swine.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna appreciate it. Let me ask y'all this. If how do you know that wisdom is valuable? What determines the value of wisdom? This is what determines the value of wisdom. Who receives it? Because you can give wisdom to a fool. He won't see any value in it.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, it's worthless to him. But if you give wisdom to the wise, to that person, that little nugget of information is worth more than its weight in gold. Because a wise person knows what to do with wisdom. A fool doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really how you measure wisdom. By who receives it and who doesn't. So if you got a bunch of clowns out here not refusing to accept wisdom, well, guess what? They don't see any value in it. That's why the Bible says do not cast your pearls to swine. Because they don't know what to do with wisdom if it's right in front of their face. They won't recognize it. So we won't waste our time with those people.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you yield wisdom. That's how you juggle it. But in order to understand who to give it to, you have to have wisdom.
Yeah. Can't just go around and give it to anybody because you can give a fool his wisdom and he's gonna get upset at you.
Exactly.
You give a wise, you can get somebody that got some type of wisdom, more wisdom, they're gonna love you for giving that to them, man.
Exactly.
I know a lot of brothers out here that commend me a lot, which I try not to take glory for nothing. I'm just a humble servant of the how about should be I was shot. I know brothers that speak well of this brother right here, but he's not taking the glory. He gives the praises to the Father as well. You know, I just want to do the work. I appreciate somebody speaking well of me according to these scriptures and outside of not being spoken well into this world, meaning I'm doing something correct. You know, but yeah, it's, you know, you gotta keep pushing this truth out here. Give it to who wants it, because as soon as you come to me talking about, asking me certain questions, and I know you're not sincere, I'm just gonna kick rocks on you. I'm not messing around with you. Because some people just ask questions just so they can try to come against what you're saying.
I got a couple scriptures to back that up. This is Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 27. I have set thee for a tower and a fortress among my people, that thou mayest know and try their way. They are all grievous revolters, walking with slanders. They are brass and iron. They are all corrupters. The bellows are burned. The lead is consumed of the fire. The founder melted in vain. For the wicked are not plucked away. Reprobate silver shall men call them, because the Lord hath rejected them. Mm-hmm. See, so in a sense, the Lord sent us forward. Being in, I think it's in another form, the NLT or something like that. But the Lord said that he made the prophets a tester of metals. Mm-hmm. We're testing your spirit to see if you're even worthy of this information. And if you're not, we're going to tell you to go about your way.
Yeah.
We don't have time to play, just like these churches got time to play.
Shucking and jiving.
You know what I'm saying?
Nigga said he walking over the blood of Jesus. It has some red bottoms on.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, just folly. But see, you can't get mad at Drewski. Get mad at the people who gave him the material to work with to make this skit.
Yeah, he had to have a script to read to be that cold.
Yeah.
He had to have a script to be that cold. Rick Smiley's skits wasn't even that cold. Like somebody gave that man a script, he ran with it, and now look at the Christians, y'all out here hurt.
Yeah. You know why they hurt? The same reason they hurt when they hear the scriptures. Because the truth hurts, say ouch.
Yeah.
That's why they mad. Because they're being forced to look in the mirror. They're being forced to see reality for what it is. See, you Christians, y'all live in a dream world too, just like these Edomites. Y'all live in the same fantasy world. You can't do no wrong. Everything you do is good, regardless if it's not. Mm-hmm. Y'all live in the same fantasy world as Esau. That's why y'all gonna be destroyed with Esau. For worshiping false idols, he told you not to, but you can't keep your ass about these churches. And I say again, a lot of y'all gonna die in church.
Oh man. That's absolutely right, man. And I had a scripture. Oh yeah, I want to go back into because I'm fed up with trying to rebuke you people that just don't want to hear the scriptures anyway. Why are you here? You know, why are you even commenting? Why you got questions if you don't believe anything at all? It says Proverbs 9:7. He that reproveth a scorner getteth to himself shame, and he that rebuketh a wicked man getteth himself a blot. Reprove not a scorner, lest he hate thee. Rebuke a wise man, and he will love thee. Give instruction to a wise man, and he will be yet wiser. Teach a just man, and he will increase in learning. Those are people we would like to deal with. You know, share this truth with the brothers, and they want to go increase in learning. And maybe if it's the Lord's will, they go out on the highways and hedges and teach too. Mm-hmm. That's how it happened with all the brothers. We all had to learn and then go out there. Because you don't want to learn it and then put it all in a napkin and put it in your pocket. Because now you know the will of the Lord. And if you're not doing what the Lord is telling you to do, you're going to be beaten with many stripes. You know? And a lot of you jakes out here, y'all going to be beaten with many stripes real soon when ICE get a hold of that ass. Because they on the ground. And we are pretty much at the tip of Jacob's trouble right now. They talking about why ICE is running around you people, ignoring the fact that they talking about bringing in this rice. They talk about bringing in the rice now even more than ever. Digital IDs and digital currency and all of these things are all going to link back to that rice that y'all going to have to take. Because a lot of you ain't got no faith, so you're going to take it. And that's when you're going to seal your fate.
They're going to believe Esau's lies like they always been believing Esau's lies. Because to them, If they believe Esau's lies, they think they're removing self-guilt. No, you're not. You're being a fool. But see, we can't tell some of you 2/3 nothing. Because if we tell you the truth, you mad as hell at us. Instead of being mad at who's actually doing this to you, Esau, Edom. I got a script right here. This is Proverbs chapter 18, verse 19. A brother offended is harder to be warned than a strong city, for their contentions are like the bars of a castle. Stubborn, stiff-necked. I mean, when you tell certain brothers the truth, they want to cut you off for life. But see, those are the ones that the Lord don't want no way. So it's nothing to us. If you kick against the pricks, fight against the truth like that, that shows us how much you love wickedness.
Yep.
If you fighting against righteousness like that. So yeah, I see why the Lord rejected you. I see why the Lord blinded you to the point that you couldn't receive it. Because your love lies in wickedness. There's only two forces in this world, righteousness and wickedness. You either down with one or the other. You can't straddle the fence on this. And if you do straddle the fence, you lying like hell, like these pastors. They ain't fooling nobody. We know what they're about. That's why we don't deal with them.
They're not prophesying anything to you. They don't read no scriptures. They give you basically a history lesson on themselves for the most part. They're not telling you that the MOTB is coming around the corner, and that they talking and these people talking about symbiosis. That's what it's called. When you take basically two living organisms or artificial intelligence organism and a bodily organism, and you put them together and they live together. That's basically them putting something in your hand, bro. Transhumanism. And they said it's gonna be like you have superpowers, opening up doors, doing certain things with the wave of your hand. And you know what's funny about it? I have mentioned it in my lesson this morning because it says symbiosis. It's another word called it's in Spider-Man, basically. That suit that Spider-Man had, symbiote suit. That's what it is. When he became that Venom, and it calls symbiote suit.
It's like a parasite in a host scenario.
That's basically going into the MOTB as well, because once he got that, he was able to do things that his body wasn't capable of doing just as Spider-Man. When you get this C-hip, your body is going to be able to do things that your original body wasn't able to do, like connecting to video games, computers, getting access to certain areas just with the wave of your hand, man. That's what the so-called powers is that they so-called giving you.
Yeah.
But that made me think of that symbiote suit that Spider-Man had got, and it changed the way he thought. And these chips and shit, that's gonna change the way you think, man.
You're gonna get the big head.
So that was just something I wanted to throw out there. They throw all types of symbols and signs out there in a just way, even in cartoons like The Simpsons and things like that. And this was way before they was actually talking about the freaking rights right now on being able to do the things that it's going to be able to do. When Spider-Man got his symbiote suit years ago, I think in 1984 was when they first brought that out in the comics. And this man had all these different abilities that he was able to do. Anybody that had got in contact with that symbiote suit was able to do all type of shit that they wasn't able to do with their regular body, man. And that's what it's gonna be like when y'all get that rice. You're gonna be able to do certain things that you wasn't capable of doing in the first place. Like if you blind, you'll be able to see, because they're coming out with technologies for that too. They got prosthetic technologies where you ain't got no arm, but they got a robotic hand that you can put on and you can control it with your mind. Like that video game, Sekiro. You got your arm cut off and then you get a prosthetic arm put on. And with that prosthetic arm, You go out and you find different tools that you can connect to the prosthetic arm to cause you to either shoot out fire or shoot ninja stars using this prosthetic tool that was put in your body.
But see, that's how Esau gonna package it to you to make it seem more appealing. Just like in Spider-Man, when he took that little sample of venom to that doctor, the doctor said, "You ain't getting none of this on you, did it?" He's like, "This is a symbiote. What it does, it consumes you over time."
Mm-hmm.
That's what Esau is not going to tell you. Because anything you wasn't born with, your body's going to automatically reject it.
Yeah.
That's what Esau is not going to tell you.
He's using smooth and buttery words.
Yeah, he gonna package it real nicely. He gonna have one hell of a presentation too.
Yeah, Trump said it's gonna be an AI technology that all of y'all can trust. Smooth and buttery words.
See, Trump he just tell on himself all the goddamn time.
This Psalms 55:21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war is in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. They're telling you that this thing is going to be good for you, but in the back of their mind, they getting ready to enslave your ass.
Mm-hmm.
They get ready to enslave you and make you just a slave, bro. You're not going to be able to buy, sell, or trade without this thing. They finna weaponize the food, the water, the pharmaceuticals, all of these things. They finna weaponize them to get you to take that rice. That's why the scriptures say he causes all to receive this mark. He's going to do something that's going to cause y'all to take this mark, man. And how much more if you control the food or the water or the medication that grandma need. Y'all going to bow down and take it.
Yeah, because they don't know nothing else. They've always, from as far as they can remember, Esau has always been in charge. And they don't see that changing because they don't believe in a higher power. So they're going to do whatever Esau asks.
Esau is a higher power.
Yeah, exactly. That's because they do not believe in Yahweh Bashim Hawashai. They believe in Esau's representative, which is cheese and rice. They believe in him wholeheartedly.
Yep.
So they're going to do whatever the white boy says in order to survive without having any faith in your true and living power.
And that's a curse upon y'all because you putting your flesh, your trust in the flesh, man. This is Jeremiah 17:5. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, cursed be the man that trusted in man and made flesh his arm, and whose heart departed from the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Y'all heart has departed from the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and y'all run to the white man for everything.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all run to these devils for everything. And eventually y'all can get bit by the serpent, man. And I finna have no pity for you. All you cats finna get bit by this serpent real soon, man. He's already biting. And a lot of people done already got bit. Those are the whistleblowers. And the ones that seeing these things unfold. And they warning you people just as much as we are. But we come in with the scriptures as well. To back it up. Because these scriptures ain't never lied, man. And the times that we coming into with Jacob's trouble and the rise of AI, y'all finna be in the world of hurt real soon, man.
Yeah, because they think they know everything. This is Isaiah chapter 5, verse 21. Woe to them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight. They got all the answers. But none of their answers came from the Bible. So how you got all the answers? See? That's why it says, woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight. You got all the answers, but none of your answers came from the prophets or the Bible. So, yeah, I see how it's going to end for you. Because the same people that are wise in their own eyes, them the ones going to take up arms and try to fight ICE with their own blessing. And you're going to come up short.
Yep.
Because you got all the answers. All I got to do is buy guns and bullets. That's not the answer. Because guess what? You can have all the guns and bullets in the world. But you still going to be down here on this ground when that nuclear lake of fire hits. Mm-hmm. So what's the point? you're gonna survive long enough just to be destroyed by the nuclear lake of fire.
With a damn piece of rice in your hand.
Exactly.
Or a potato chip in your head.
Exactly. The only way out of this is those chariots. But in order to get on them chariots, you got to get in good with your how about shouldn't have a shot. What's the point of being down here on the ground in ground zero, shooting at ice when the nuclear lake of fire comes about? All of y'all gonna die. Esau's blessing of carnality is not the way out of this. There's only one way out of this. And that's when that chariot come and scoop you. If you ain't getting scooped up by them chariots, you might as well just go ahead and turn yourself over to ice.
And another thing with that MOTB, since people saying it's not gonna be that rice, it's gonna be something spiritual. I was reading this. It's about Sweden, because I brought this out a while back. It says Sweden is enforcing rice into people. Rather, thousands of tech-savvy Swedes have voluntarily chosen to have tiny rice-sized, implanted under their skin for convenience, replacing things like key cards, train tickets, and gym memberships. That's to get your mind ready for the bigger fish that they're trying to fry.
Mm-hmm.
With a simple hand swipe, a practice known as body hacking in a highly digital society. These rice, I'm gonna just call it rice, use near-field communication, NFC, for contactless payments and access, acting like a digital ID, because they're pushing the digital ID as we're speaking, or a wallet or digital wallet. Though concerns about data security and privacy have been raised. And it's because they're going to have all your information, man. Your information is already out here. AI is already racking up on your inboxes, anything that your emails, AI is racking up on that. But dig this. It says how it works. It says implantation. A syringe injects the chip. I'm just going to read it verbatim. Under the skin. Similar to a piercing. You see that? And then it brings me to the word charagma. And it says in the Greek word meaning a stamp, imprint, or engraved mark. So you're going to be imprinted with this. When you stick a syringe in your flesh, you're imprinting something into your skin with it, man. So how is it a spiritual mark? This is going to be a physical thing. And another thing, how is it a spiritual mark if the person that receives it is going to have a noisome, grievous sore on their body?
Mm-hmm. That's your body rejected.
Exactly. Mind you, this is a 6G thing. So that's high amounts of radiation in your fucking flesh, bro.
And it's going to cook you from the inside out.
Just like a microwave.
Yeah, that's exactly what radiation does. It cooks you from the inside out. That's why when you microwave something, you can't hardly bite it. You got to let it cool off. But see, this is my thing. See, this was all set up in the first place because Esau always try to focus on fixing shit that ain't broke in order to sell you a dream. Now, let me ask you this. He claimed that you'll be able to open your door with the wave of your hand. Well, guess what? If you can be able to open your door with the wave of your hand, the government gonna be able to open your door too. Because anything tied to the internet can be hacked. So if you chipped up and you come home, the government can have control of your house and not let you in or not let you out. This is not convenience. This is about control.
Yep.
What's wrong? What was ever wrong with using a key? What was ever wrong with using a password to log in your computer? There's nothing wrong with these things, except for Esau's wickedness. Because of Esau's wickedness, you got to have VPNs and all this other technology to keep your information safe from wicked ass Edomites and hackers that they allow. See? All these computer viruses, who do you think they came from? Esau, the thief, the liar, the murderer. So why is all these viruses existing and don't nobody do shit about it? Because they need this wickedness to exist to sell you shit that they say gonna protect your valuable private personal information, but it doesn't. If anything, you giving them the keys to your personal information. Mm-hmm. That's usually how Esau works. He'll tell you, well, this is gonna keep your information secure. No, what it is in all actuality, it's a key for hackers to just walk right into your network. You see how Esau works? So that's why it says never trust thine enemy for like his iron wrestling. So it's his wickedness. He gonna tell you something's good for you, but it's gonna be to his benefit, not yours. Let's say you live in a smart house. Your smart house can be hacked.
Yeah.
You tell your house to lock all the doors. That smart house gonna unlock every door and window for the government.
With your voice. Because it's gonna be kind of like tailored to your voice.
That's why we tell y'all to not engage in all this AI software they got on Facebook. They put it out there as being innocent and harmless. But you just don't know. When you subscribe to these AI software things, they have a digital map of your face.
Yeah.
Now they can make you say anything or do anything.
Yeah. You see the video of Rick Ross floating around with a green Adidas outfit on.
See?
Flicking his leg like he ain't big, bro. He's moving like he ain't fat. But we know Rick Ross got weight on him, man. He ain't moving like that.
Y'all don't engage in all this AI shit. Why do you need AI? Do you know what AI even means? It means artificial intelligence. Artificial means fake. Why would we need artificial intelligence when we have true wisdom from the heavens?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all better wake up, man, and see what Esau is pulling on y'all. Yeah, he gonna tell you something's good when it's not. That's Isaiah 5:20 right there. Woe to those who call evil good and good evil. Mm-hmm. They put sweet for bitterness and bitterness for sweet. Where that? Here you go. Isaiah chapter 5 verse 20. Woe to them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. He gonna tell you something's good for you.
Yep. When it's really not. Just like the defiled breads in this land. They tell you all these different vegetables in these grocery stores are good for you, while at the same time spraying dyes on them, pesticides, all these different
and
things.
Poisons.
Yes. In the water, high amounts of lead, spraying chemtrails in the air, all these things that's supposed to be good for you, that Esau says is good for you. Actually, it's killing you. You know why? Because there is no money in cures. So they're going to tell you to keep eating this if it's making you sick. So you can go in there and spend that insurance money on for them to get rich off of your ass. Then they're going to give you a container of medicine that has nothing to do with what's wrong with you, but to make it worse. Now you got two birds with one stone in your body. You're sick on one level, and then you got another sickness on a different level.
Yep. And see, this might go over a lot of you people's heads. But when you walk into the grocery store and see organic fruit, that should be an insult to you. Because
what is this?
If this is organic, what the fuck is this? I thought all of it was organic. Mm-hmm. You see? He gets y'all by putting that organic label on it. Now he can charge you $2-3 more a pound. That's why I said it should be an insult to you. But see, it doesn't register with you people like that. Because you drunk off the wine of Babylon. It's like the elder said. I remember when we was kids, going in the grocery store, the first thing you smell is the produce section. You don't smell it like that no more. Cause all this shit fake, man. The very fruits and vegetables you depend on to keep you healthy is actually making you sick.
Mm-hmm.
That's why this kingdom got to be destroyed. A lot of people think they're eating healthy. No, they're not, because Esau done fucked with it. That's why this kingdom got to go. That's why we out there trying to wake up the 144,000. Because once they're sealed, it's a wrap for this place.
Mm-hmm.
See, y'all still trying to get Esau the benefit of the doubt. When y'all see this man waxing worse and worse daily in front of you. I seen a headline this morning. All NATO allies have pretty much ditched the United States. And they are fulfilling prophecy at the same time. Because it says that all the nations are going to bust at Babylon. So prophecy jumping off the pages. Jeremiah chapter 50, Revelation chapter 18. All of it is happening right now. But if you don't know prophecy, you won't even recognize prophecy being fulfilled in front of your face.
I got Revelation 17 and 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast. This is going into the UN nations, man. The EU. They shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. That's what the brothers going into with all these nations are going to shoot at Babylon and destroy this place, man. And no, and China ain't finna rule. Russia's not finna rule. No. And none of these other nations that think they finna rule next gonna rule shit. Because the scripture said that Israel is gonna rule in the next kingdom forever and ever and ever. Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of that followeth. That's what it is, bro. These other nations ain't no Moabites, ain't no Edomites, none of that finna be ruling in the kingdom, bro. That's over.
The only thing they're gonna be ruling is construction. Because all they're going to be doing, the first 7 months, they're at least going to be burying bodies. And after that, they're going to be building palaces for these kings. So the only thing they're going to rule is construction.
While the elect having fun. Ain't that how y'all do it? Trump, ain't that what you do? Little transparent haircut? That's what you do, right? You see everybody going through all this shit, but you got a home on the island somewhere where you go weekly and have fun and play golf and kick it. Mm-hmm. But your country falling apart. That's why he that show no mercy shall have none.
Yep. And now this dude came out with an ultimatum. He said if Greenland doesn't comply by June 1st, 2026, he said he gonna put a 10% tariff on all NATO nations. Now see, I thought the United States was in NATO. Cause see, this is what the United States is doing right now that y'all don't understand. So I'm gonna paint a picture for you. Let's say me and this man neighbors. He got a house, I live right next door to him. Let's say one day I come home and I see him out there enjoying his yard. I'm like, hey, bro, let me have your house. I like your house. I want it. He's like, no, man, we cool. You can come over anytime, but this is still my house. So I say, bet. So I try to sabotage his house while still calling him a neighbor. Mm. I try to burn his house down so I can buy the property, while still addressing, hey, neighbor. See what I'm saying? That's what the United States is doing. I want your front yard. I want your backyard. I want your fence. I want your pool. But we're still neighbors. But I'm still plotting on how to get his shit. That is what the United States is doing. Coming with this false friendship. The United States never had intentions to be partners with anybody. Their goal was to create an organization and run it, but while telling everybody they're equal partners, but not showing it.
That's why when anything so-called happen in any of those lands, America be the first motherfucker there.
Yeah,
and half of the time they the one that set it up.
You have y'all ever asked yourself why is the United States the only country with a base in every other country? Because the United States did so much shit to everybody, they don't know when the payback is coming, and they don't know from who is the payback coming. So all these bases that are in other nations, these ain't them but first response teams for the United States to retaliate in case these other nations want revenge. And they're keeping an eye on these nations through these bases, keeping tabs on them, making sure they ain't plotting no revenge.
Yeah.
It's the same reason why they keep the veterans down and out. The homeless vets, because they can't get them no power because they're going to rise up against the government for revenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, this place is destined to be destroyed. It's just a matter of time. Lucky for us, it's the Lord's will that this place be destroyed.
Yeah.
So that's the game the United States is playing. Yeah, they say we cool, but they treat us like stepchildren. So you gotta believe, you can't believe everything you hear. You have to go by what your spirit is telling you about these demons.
Yeah.
And right now, the Lord has got the spirit on all these other nations to see Babylon and Esau for who they truly are. Liars, murderers, and thieves.
Yeah. And that's why the nations want to get rid of this bitch. And the Lord won't get rid of it as well. This is Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon had been the golden cup in the Lord Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunk. And remember, all the vibrations in this world come from Babylon, man, America. Everybody follows the vibration of Babylon.
There's a reason for that, too.
Why you think when they come here, they become drunk off Babylon? You get people that come over here with morale still intact. And then all they do live over here for about 3 months. Oh, man. They're going to start to understand that it's not like it is back home. Like when the kid get his first piece of candy and that sugar rush come on, that's how they be when they get over here. As soon as they get a piece of this candy over here, drink a sip of that wine in this land, they flip out and get intoxicated. Forget about the values and morals they had at home. It says Babylon had been the golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations had drunk of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. The nations are sick of this place, man. They're sick of Babylon's bullshit. Ain't nothing but a hoe. You slept with everybody.
Yep.
Now you ain't worth nothing no more.
See, that's what a whore is. A whore is not faithful to nobody.
Nope.
A whore going with the highest bidder. Just recently, what did Trump do? This man sold $500 million worth of stolen oil, and now he got $500 million from this stolen oil in an offshore account in Qatar. He is laundering money from selling stolen oil. See what I'm saying? And the court said nothing. This man is not only selling stolen oil, but he is laundering money from it. He has been caught, but he still ain't in jail. See, this is Babylon's problem. Y'all don't punish your own. And then you wonder why you got a problem child on your hand. Trump is America's baby. America let Trump get away with whatever he wants. And now you in a predicament, you don't know what to do with it. This baby is out of control. Because you don't punish your own Edomites. So the Lord gonna have to do it. And you too. Not only is he gonna punish your babies that you refuse to punish, y'all finna get it too.
Exactly.
It's no coincidence that so-called Edomites, white people, are getting shot down in the streets now. That was only a black and brown thing up to a point.
Yup. Now it's common. You see these crackers getting it now. They getting shot down and getting their ass beat by Jake out here on a whole nother level, man.
Yeah. And don't forget, you got Israelis intermingled with ICE, who hates all y'all.
Yeah. That's why we constantly talking about these other nations that be dealing with Babylon, man. You know, you deal with a whore like that, what did you expect? You know,
exactly.
This is Ecclesiastes. I'm just using it for these other nations that deals with America. Ecclesiasticus 9:3. Meet not with an harlot, lest thou fall into her snares. And y'all was dealing with this harlot, and she had y'all trapped the whole time, man. And took everything from you, for the most part, and put bases in y'all land. It was another one I had too. Would you go ahead, brother?
I got let's go to Revelation chapter 11. Verse. Now we can start with the basic. This is Revelation chapter 11, verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly. All these nations finna turn. They have already started the process of turning on the United States. Well, let me rephrase that. It's not that all these nations are turning on the United States. The United States turned on their allies. And the allies are saying, bet. That's what we doing now? Okay, cool. Let's go over here and holler at Russia. And that's prophecy. This is verse 18 from Revelation chapter 11. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. Who've been doing all this bombing? But see, they quick to call everybody else a terrorist. But who's doing the actual terrorizing?
It's a good ass question. Y'all just be too scared to answer. Y'all know who really terrorizing shit. But y'all scared to answer. You know why? Because you with that going on the get along gang, you don't want to speak the truth because y'all are scared of what somebody else gonna think of you.
Man, fuck this place. This place is damned already. The Lord already put a curse on this place. So why the hell you want to get along with everybody in a burning building? When everybody in the building don't even want to recognize the fact that the building's on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you want to kick it with a bunch of goofies?
And this place smoking right now.
Yeah.
Ready to be ablaze, and y'all still just living life.
It'll never happen. We cool. Okay. Bad.
They still trying to live that dream, bro. Trying to get that 6-figure job. Y'all chasing something that's not even there, bro. This is Ecclesiastes 34:2. Whoso regarding dreams is like him that catcheth at a shadow and followeth after the wind. Y'all just chasing wind, bro. Ain't nothing there. Ain't nothing there, bro. Y'all chasing all these hopes and dreams, man.
They chasing Esau's lives.
Exactly.
Because Esau the one told them they can make it if they work hard enough. Knowing that he's sabotaging the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't even want to face that fact. So you can't tell these 2/3 nothing about Esau. You can't tell them that. All they're going to do is get pissed off. That's why we don't waste our time with 2/3. When they actually seeing this man is committing terrorism, foreign and domestic, at the same time, and they don't even want to acknowledge that. He's committing domestic terrorism with these goons on the streets, just fucking with people, and he's committing foreign terrorism. Look what he did in Nigeria. Look at what he did to Venezuela. Look at what he's threatening to do to Greenland, Canada, Mexico, Cuba, Colombia.
This nigga turned into Tupac off juice. He
You know what I'm saying?
Turned on that whole clique. He turned on his whole clique, man.
That's a good analogy. That's a good analogy.
He done turned into Tupac, man, out here turning on everybody, man.
Just stuck the knife to the nose of Maduro.
Until one of your closest friends take you out.
Yeah. Yeah, like it don't mean shit. But see, the other nations, especially the NATO nations, are starting to see this snake for what it really is, and they are distancing themselves. They are creating alliances with other nations. Matter of fact, all of Europe, all of the NATO allies in so-called Europe has come together against the United States.
Europe, Asia.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why y'all saying Europe is Asia, goddammit.
Europe is Western Asia. They carved up Asia because Southern Asia they call the Middle East. Western Asia they call Europe.
Hmm?
So these people, all they do is lie. But see, some of these NATO allied nations are even reaching out to China and Russia for protection or for backup. Because the sworn-in Venezuelan president, after she got sworn in, she flew to Russia for protection, and she took the country's, all of Venezuela's precious metals with her. Because she knows about these dogs, these greedy dogs in the United States government.
She said, I'm going to take all of this to them and give it to them for protection.
No,
them like a dog.
Because see, these were Maduro's orders. She had orders to follow up under his kidnapping. That was to take all the gold, and I'm talking about all this gold, silver. I'm talking about even the silver bricked up. Copper, all the precious metals. And they're paying in precious metals. They're getting around that damn dollar. And they're going back to the old school barter system where you trade. You actually trade. So Venezuela is giving China silver that they can use in their technology, their weapons. There's a lot of silver go in a lot of computer stuff, like on circuit boards and whatnot. In exchange, China is giving Venezuela infrastructure, protection. See, there's a lot of ways around this dead ass dollar.
They're trying to get fortified over there because they know that America on some bullshit.
Yeah, people seeing America for what it is now. They're not falling for the podium talk no more. Because the podium talk is the exact opposite of what they seeing in the streets. We're gonna better America. But all you seeing in the streets is these goons terrorizing the citizens. So people ain't falling so fast for the podium talk no more. All this democracy and justice and equality for everybody and freedom and da-da-da. That's podium talk. That's bullshit. But see, it's a script on that too. Let's go to Romans. Let's go to the book of Romans chapter 16, verse 18. And this applies not only to politicians, it applies to lying ass pastors too. Anybody who stands behind a podium and lie to your ass, this is who it applies to. For they that are not, for they that are such serve not our Lord Yahushua HaMashiach, but their own belly, and by good words and fair speeches, deceive the hearts of the simple. You got a lot of simple people in America that eat up the dumb shit, the podium talk. But when they go to the grocery store and see all these high ass prices, when they just heard from the podium talk that the economy was never better, yeah. When they say we want peace on American streets, but all you see is violence and bullshit coming from these dogs, yeah. Something's gonna wake up in you that say, you know what, this is a bunch of bullshit. But for a lot of you, it's not gonna happen. It's gonna happen when it's too late for you to do anything about it. That's when you gonna have, that light bulb gonna turn on, and you gonna realize you in hell.
Mm-hmm. Their simple mind state, the Israelites, y'all need to get off of that shit and stop listening to this devil. This is Proverbs 1:22. How long will ye simple ones? Will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Turn ye at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. And that's what a lot of you people are falling short at, because if you get with the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua, getting these scriptures, go follow the real man of the Lord and great millstone, man, and get this knowledge and wisdom and understanding, the Lord is gonna reveal all of these things unto you, man.
But if you kicking against the prick, you riding with Esau, you want to take up arms like the Black Panthers, the Lord gonna set you up to be destroyed on purpose because you didn't have faith in him. That's how the true and living Hebrew God gets down, not the white boy. If you don't have faith in him and you look into another source of salvation, he's going to make it a point to set you up to be destroyed. The Lord controls all things. Just like the scripture he brought out earlier. There is none beside him. Let me get that one. Y'all believe in all these other gods. Y'all are crazy as hell.
Y'all gonna see how really crazy y'all own selves is when them guys don't come save you. Because there's only one power, man.
This is Isaiah chapter 45, verse 5. I am the Lord Yahweh, and there is none else. There is no God beside me. I girded thee, though thou hast not known me. But see, y'all putting y'all faith in these fairy tales, and you're going to end up coming up short.
I got Psalms 96:5. For all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua made the heavens. You see that? All these other gods y'all calling up on, cheese and rice, Buddha, Allah, Latter-day Saints, all the little gods y'all calling on, man. Those all false. There's only one power. The scriptures say there's only one name under heaven that one can be saved. So where the hell is all these other names coming from y'all calling on, man? All these lies that y'all got from Esau, turning the world upside down.
Yep.
That's where y'all got it from. Listening to a devil. You listen to somebody that is estranged from the womb, that come out speaking lies. They come out with a lying spirit on them. You're listening to these people.
Yep.
To tell you more lies. And then what you do, you ingest it and go regurgitate it up to the next person.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how the lies get spread all through this earth. Through Esau's lies, man. His tongue walking through the earth, man.
Why you think this man's so quick when you go to jail or prison? He's so quick to throw a Quran in your face. Because he don't want you to worship the true power. He wants you worshiping an idol because he knows there's no power in false idols. Look at the lengths this man went through to keep you from your living power. So it must be something there, something he's afraid of. He knows when the Israelites come back to their true and living power, he's fucked.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he went to such lengths to hide the names from you.
Yeah, that's that crafty counsel. That crafty counsel that they use to keep that true name out of our people's mouths, man. This is Psalms 83:3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones, the Israelites. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. Because they know that our birthright is to have dominion over this world, man. So they trying to do everything in their power to offset prophecy. But you can't offset prophecy, man. You can't stop what the Lord is doing, man. You can't. There's no way you're going to stop what the Lord is doing. And a lot of you people, y'all so busy following Esau's rhetoric, all his bullshit, that y'all forget that the living power is the all-powerful being, man. Yahweh Shem Yahushua. He's all-powerful, man. You following Esau's pseudoscience, You basically sweeping the Lord under the rug and saying Esau is your guy.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all finna say Esau is your guy when he start injecting that chip in their goddamn body too. That's when you gonna show your allegiance.
Yep, you gonna pledge to this devil. I got a scripture to back you up what you just said. Slide. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 8. For we can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth. And that even applies to Esau. He can't offset prophecy, he can only fulfill it.
Yep.
All of us. That goes across the board. We can't offset prophecy because prophecy has already been written.
Yep, it's already predestined, man.
All we can do is fulfill. So Esau wasting, he think he offsetting prophecy, but he in all actuality fulfilling it. Because Trump think he's smart. He think he gonna outsmart the Lord. The dumbest Edomite in the box. Think he doing something because he made all the nations turn against the United States. But guess what? That was prophecy, Trump. And the chosen victims is not coming to the aid of the United States. They're going to be busy getting their asses bombed as well. Remember the dragons of Arabia and how he will become a madman, a wild man, Salaki. Yeah, you surrounded by Ishmaelites.
Yeah, he's a wild man for sure.
He's surrounded. The tiny tops are surrounded by Ishmael.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna have no time to come over here to give aid to us after the United States is being bombed by every nation that has nuclear weapons.
Mm-hmm.
And you military personnel in the United States, it would behoove you to get the fuck away from anything military related because Trump and Jesus is gonna get a lot of y'all killed. Straight up.
And this is not only from us, it's the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that have been talking these things for a long time and prophets before them. Because prophecy fulfills itself. And now we at the end of this thing, man. This is Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and evil and pestilence. Is that not what we're doing today still?
Mm-hmm.
Starting with the elders and apostles of Great Millstone on down? Isn't that what everybody's doing right now? That do these videos, these virtual epistles, or go out on the highways and hedges, bringing this thing out. Trump don't call the men of the Lord the prophets of doom for no reason, because they know that what we're saying is true. So we're going to continue to do this. We're going to continue to do this until the Lord say, hey, the famine of the word going to kick in. He's going to take the brothers off the street corners. It's going to stop brothers from doing videos. And our tongues are going to cleave to the root of our mouths, to where we will no longer be a reprover to you people. That incredulity, we ain't worried about that. If you don't believe, we ain't worried about it. Just know that you're going to be taken in the imaginations. And you're going to be taken in those imaginations that you have put against us. You thinking something bad going to happen to us is going to come upon you. Because y'all want us to be bad want us to be wrong so bad. And it's not going to happen. The truth is going to flourish no matter what y'all say and how y'all feel about it. These scriptures going to keep coming out. These prophecies going to continue to be fulfilled, man. And it's not going to stop. Like the scripture said, like a mighty archer shoot of his arrow and then don't return back. That's how these prophecies are going to go. They're going to go straight forward and they're going to meet their targets, man. The missiles, when they get shot off, they're going to meet them targets where they're supposed to be going. And that's right here on this soil right here in the USA.
I got this meme right here. It said ICE goes mass for a single reason: to terrorize Americans into compliance. To us, masks are associated with cowardly desperados and despised KKK. In all our history, we have never tolerated an armed mass secret police. That's why we tell y'all, Don't set yourself up to be a target for these people because all they doing is looking for a reason to fuck with you.
Yeah.
I got a few more screenshots. Russia is deporting all Israeli citizens. Oh, what else we got? ICE isn't just breaking. ICE isn't just trained by the IDF.
Oh man, yeah.
They have an office on Israeli occupied land.
Yeah.
This isn't a conspiracy. It's on their website. And there's so many. Let me see what else I got. Screenshots. Trump says civil rights led to white people being treated very badly. How? Now Trump saying he don't remember promising the $2,000 tariff checks. He said he don't remember that shit. He said, I did that. When did I do that? See? Playing stupid. ICE Detention Center says it's not responsible for staff sexual abuse for detainees. See? Just let them do whatever the fuck they want to do.
And they get away with the shit.
They're not in trouble as other men.
Exactly, man.
You know, they played like other men. This is a screenshot I found very interesting. Putin got evidence that Bill Gates is pumping human remains into the U.S. food supply. How many years have we been talking about that?
Been telling y'all that, man.
It wasn't Bill Gates, but they was putting the shit in McDonald's food.
Still is.
Yeah.
Still is, man. Remember, it was an Edomite out here that went 3 months straight just eat McDonald's. He died of cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all forget about that, right?
There go another headline. Bill Gates, Sam Altman, Jeff Bezos, Peter Thiel, and others have invested in AI-driven rare earth mining in Greenland with plans to build a freedom city. So they finna take y'all shit, Greenland. Right? What do we tell y'all? If they talking about you, they thinking about you. And if they thinking about you, they thinking about how to take your shit. So y'all better strap up over there. Israeli tourists caught starting wildfires in Argentina. See, these devils, that's why the Lord finna get rid of them. Tom Homan says ICE agent involved in shooting is living in fear for himself and his family. Well, who told your dumb ass to go out there and create spirits of vengeance by shooting this woman in the face? Now you the victim. Man, shut the fuck up, man.
Red ass. That's Red Boy for you.
Oh, I found some information on Rex 84. In case y'all don't know what Rex 84 is. Rex 84, short for Readiness Exercise 1984, was a classified scenario and drill developed by the United States federal government to detain large numbers of United States citizens deemed to be national security threats in the event that the president declared a national emergency. So all he got to do is get these troops to get out here and start some shit, enough shit so he can call a national emergency. Then through Rex 84, he would be giving himself permission to go out and round up whoever he don't like.
That's going into that Insurrection Act that he was talking about as well.
Exactly. I got some more on it. The plan was first revealed in detail in a major daily newspaper by reporter Alfonso Chardy in the July 5th, 1987 edition of the Miami Herald. Possible reasons for such a roundup were reported to be widespread opposition to a U.S. military invasion abroad, such as if the United States were to directly invade Central America, to combat what the government perceives as subversive activities. The plan also authorized the military to direct ordered movements of civilian populations at state and regional levels, according to Professor Diana Reynolds. Mm-hmm. That's Rex 84. So they basically giving themselves permission to do whatever they want to the citizens.
That's the Insurrection Act. This is This second Ezra chapter 16, verse 70. For there shall be in every place and in this next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. Because believe it or not, they coming for you, blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans before anything. They coming straight for you. It says they shall be like madmen sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Are they not talking about going door to door and rounding you cats up? These scriptures ain't no joke, bruh. This man just said he wanted to call out the Insurrection Act, and they just hired 20,000 more ICE troops on top of the ones they already got.
See, this is what y'all don't understand. Trump is playing for two. Y'all forget that midterms are right around the corner. He knows that if the Democrats win midterms, they're going to hang his ass. He can't let that happen. He already talking about canceling the election or stealing it or some shit. But this is what's really about to happen. If he get that 1 out of 2 that he wants, he gets to stay in office.
Yeah.
All he has to do is declare martial law or declare war on one of these nations that he's been fucking with. He gets to stay in office. And he's going to do the same shit that Doodoo Malkowski is doing. What the hell to call him? He's going to keep starting wars to stay in office until the other nations say, man, we got to ride on these people. They won't sit their ass down. They won't stop doing fuck shit. So we just going to have to ride. We're going to have to slide on them. And they're going to slide every nuke they got over here. That's all he got to do. All he got to do is get 1 out of the 2. All he needs is either a declaration of war or a declaration of martial law. He gets to stay in office.
Yeah.
Why you think all this ICE activity been ramping up? All these threats to other nations, even allied nations, NATO nations. He trying to start a civil war and a world war at the same time because the devil knows that he has but a short time. So he got to get shit cracking. The Lord putting that pressure on him. Check this out. This is an example of the hypocrisy of the United States. If Iran shoots protesters, we gonna invade. But ICE shoots woman in the face.
And get away with it.
We must take down the narco regime in Venezuela. And then the United States pardons a Honduran narco dictator. This man, the same man that got caught smuggling 400 tons of cocaine into the United States, Trump pardoned him. But at the same time, in the same breath, he's going to say, we must take down the narco regime in Venezuela. But you pardoning dope boys at the same time. It goes some more hypocrisy. Maduro runs a torture camp in Caracas. But Trump started alligator Alcatraz. See the hypocrisy in these people? It says every accusation is a confession.
Telling on themselves. They tongues are falling upon themselves, man.
Exactly.
That's what the scripture said that will happen. Let me go grab it. Salakia wanted to get it. Phone being crazy.
Let me read this real quick. This is information about the tribe of Ephraim, so-called Puerto Ricans. In Puerto Rico, sterilization has since the 1930s, according to government documents exposed by the independence movement, became a tool of the colonial administration for dealing with rising unemployment. 35% of women of children of childbearing age in Puerto Rico are sterilized. You can't take all these injections from your enemy, man. That was the jab. The jab was sterilizing people.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
That's all I got, bro.
I got Psalm 64:7. But God shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. And that's why you're seeing a lot of these whistleblowers telling up on their own people, man. And that's causing Egyptian against Egyptian as well. That great division that's going on in this country.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but that's part of the Lord's will right there. It's for these people to start telling on each other. You know, they all wicked in their own right. You know, but now it's at the point to where the Most High using them against each other. Now they telling on one another. You know, and that's just going to get worse and worse and worse. Which, like I said, that civil war right around the corner, that division is just taking place right now.
Mm-hmm.
People taking sides, people creating little side militias, all this little crazy stuff
Taking
going
up
on.
arms.
Yeah.
Man, y'all better let that Black Panther shit go, man. I mean, protecting your house is one thing, but don't go out here waving your gun, drawing attention to yourself. That is not wise.
Moving like a fucking fool.
Exactly. Don't get caught up in this Black Panther shit, because if it was going to work, it would have worked the first time.
Mm-hmm. I got Ephesians 5:15. See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, meaning to be paying attention to everything and how you moving out here, especially you Israelites, because the days are evil. Wherefore be not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is. And be not drunk with wine, wherein is excess, but be filled with the Spirit. You need to be sober-minded, paying attention to what's going on, and understanding what the will of the Lord is. Once you understand that, you will have so much more peace in your mind, understanding what's really going on here. These people out here at the goddamn drive-thru buying sandwiches right now, getting ready to go have fun somewhere, while America is slowly falling apart right before their eyes. They not moving wise, and they damn sure ain't being circumspect. And when you're not being circumspect, what follows? That destruction catches you off balance, man.
I got some scriptures on there, bro. Mm-hmm. This is Revelation. Oh, something like it. This is not Revelation. This is Romans chapter 12. And we'll start at verse 16. Be of the same mind one towards another. Mind not high things, but condescend to men of low estate. Be not wise in your own conceits. Recompense to no man evil for evil. Provide things honest in the sight of all men. If it be possible, as much as lieth in you, live peaceably with all men. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord. He gonna get them. Why you think the Lord put the spirit of sleep over us anyway? Why we ain't out in the streets acting wild, acting crazy? Got Esau making videos talking about some wild, they not angry. You know what I'm saying? The Lord said he gonna repay. And that goes all the way back to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. No man shall buy you. Meaning no man will save you out of this condition. Yeah. No man, the Lord will. Bobby Seale and Huey P. Newton couldn't do it when they first started Black Panthers. This man ain't gonna do it. Yeah. Dr. King couldn't do it. Malcolm X couldn't do it. Farrakhan sellout ass couldn't do it.
It's just a sellout. It's a psyop to get you so-called Israelites riled up. Because y'all off this black power bullshit. Mm-hmm. So that's going to get y'all riled up the way y'all feel like y'all got a chance against this Edomite. But like brother said, we have to wait up on the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, and he's going to avenge us. And in so many ways, he's going to give his men power to whoop Esau's ass anyway in that time.
Exactly.
It's going to be divine intervention, man.
Exactly. If Farrakhan was any type of threat, he would have been dead a long time ago.
Hell yeah.
This man all over the place. He
In all
still
the
talk
doctrines.
about Jesus.
He in all the doctrines.
You know what I'm saying?
And
He
that's
talk
why
about
they
Jesus.
not
He in the Bible. He in the Quran. He in all other kind of books.
Yeah.
This man has controlled opposition. If he was a real threat, he would have been dead a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get caught up in this black power shit, man. Remember what black means. And you gonna play right into that definition.
Y'all finna be void of light.
Exactly. Y'all, they finna play right into that definition of black.
There's no light in you, just pure darkness and carnality.
Exactly. And they gonna treat you as such.
Yeah. We're gonna close right there, y'all. You know, I hope that was edifying, you know, to the sheep out there, the brothers that sincerely listening, and brothers and sisters. Before we close out, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Ruach Kadash, and Wa Abba Baba Shalom.
All right.
Oh yeah.